Welcome back, everybody. I'm Michigan Troller, and today I'm going to go through and show you how I have my setup for my Flipover to do ice camping in. This is actually the first time I've ever camped out here in my Flipover. I've normally always done it in my Otter Vortex, my hexagon hub. Uh, I like that quite a bit. It just takes quite a while to set it up and tear it down. So does this. It takes a little bit to get this all set up, but I like the convenience of having this and how fast you can set this up versus the hub and what you have to do. Right now I'm out on Saginaw Bay and there's not much wind at all. Hardly nobody ice camps out here, but I stayed on the inside of the first crack, so I should hopefully, fingers crossed, be okay and not float over to Canada. But figured I'd go through and show you how I have mine set up. I know TJ does a good job at showing you how he set his up, and I like his bed that he has, made it out of 2x4s, plywood, and everything. And I saw his idea, and I would love to do it, but I load mine onto a trailer by hand. So putting all that extra weight into it, I don't know if I'd be able to lift it up and over my rail getting it on. So I'll show you what I did and see if you guys like it. So this is how I have the inside of it all set up. I have 9 mats down covering the whole floor. There's a little bit of space on each side, but I'm all right with that little bit. I put my 3 holes here, and I actually have 1 hole underneath there to move my live scope back at nighttime. I like this floor setup. It's pretty nice being able to jig in that hole and have my dead stick in this hole. And then I'm able to get my little bench. This is actually a seat for a fold-up table. It's a little fold-up bench, and I able to put it right underneath my little bed, makeshift bed here. I have all my gear on it, my live scope, all the stuff underneath there. It works pretty good. A couple buckets back there. Always have towels out here. You always need to wipe up the floor, or actually you can see the frost back in the tub for when you're sleeping. I found that putting the towels all along this edge and the back in here helps it out quite a bit for when you're sleeping. Have the food up in there. I put it all down underneath here in my totes, my little crates and everything. But when I'm get it all set up, this is how I have it. Got my pillows up here. This is a memory foam one. When you're coming out here and bringing pillows, if you bring memory foam, it's going to freeze up like a solid brick. So I would suggest getting just regular pillows like this one, or if you do bring out the memory foam, put it up high and get it thawed out, so I'm able to go to bed and not sleep on a brick. Nice little caddy I have here, put stuff in. My seat, but that's kind of how I have my whole setup. I have a fan. I have to sleep with a fan. I need that noise at night, so nice Milwaukee fan gets it cooking in here. That bag has all my Milwaukee batteries, another power box, all my gear in that one, some food, Humminbird, live scope. That bag has all my recording gear, and then this nice little battery, lithium battery. My quad has another battery just like it that powers all the lights on it. But this here, I just got a little hookup converter, so I can, that's what the lights are being ran off of. And then I have these ones plugged in, charging my flop box battery, charge my phone, charge up all sorts of stuff. Nice little fold-up stand. When I'm out here fishing during the day, I don't get this all set up like this. This is only for when I'm camping and sleeping at nighttime. But during the day, I don't put my foam floor down. I'll just put one mat for underneath my feet, and then I'll give another mat if I have a buddy for over there. I put my 9 mats down, and I put 2 mats on top of it just to get that extra padding. I really like doing that. Your feet, I can have my slippers on, and your feet don't get cold at all. my little jigging rod. I have, here, let me move this around. I have a hole, not going to be able to see it. There it is, a hole right there just in case it does melt. I have it off to the side so all the melt in here can go over to that. With having that heater up as high, generally I don't get as much melt, or I haven't the last few days. But I drill that hole just so it does fill up with water if it needs to. And then before you leave, make sure you finish drilling that hole all the way down so it can flood again and then refreeze. Otherwise, that's a big trip hazard, break your ankle. Bad idea to do it like that. But I think that's how I'll have everything all set up, my food and everything, and then I'll take this down real quick. I'll put you on stand, and then I'll show you how I did my whole bed and how I got it in here. All right, so I got the idea, like I said, from TJ. I was trying to figure out how I was going to be able to do this. Normally in my other hub, I sleep on a cot, a Coleman cot, folds up nice. I tried to put it in here, do it to where I'd have half in, half out, but I permanently have these mounted down to my sled because I put my propane tank in this back one and then my big Mr. Buddy heater in this one so it doesn't get banged around, smashed up. So I have that in there. I don't want to take it out and on when I'm going out camping. So I was trying to figure out how I could do this and make it work. Well, I was looking at my cot and everything, trying to figure out how I could have half in here, half out here. And I need like an 8-inch risers to be able to do that. So I scrapped that idea and I went with something like what TJ did. And instead of building it up and doing a nice one around here, this was quick and easy and cheap and didn't spend a lot of time. I already had a piece of plywood at home. This isn't treated or anything. I know it's going to go bad eventually, but it's going to get me through this ice season. So I went and got some totes. Whatever you do have in here will freeze. Like I'll put all my food back down into here when I get ready to leave, have my food one, drinks, put a bunch of random stuff, whatever you need down into there. But then I have this one down and that's up to the front. Just make sure with these totes, I bring these ones forward, and then in the back, I make sure to push these ones all the way to the back when I'm actually ready to sleep. So I'll get those like that. And then, like I said, I have my propane and my heater back there, so I needed to be able to have this on here as well as those while I'm driving around. So I cut this piece, and then I'm able to take off these, and that's how I ride with it. And then I'll take on my floor and I'll put it over in here, and this foam mat or foam, this is my mattress pad, and then I'll put it down on this, and then I'll put my sleeping bag and my blankets and stuff onto there. But this is 1-inch foam flooring. I just cut, these were perfect. I cut 2 of these down halfway. Throw that piece over there, lock this in. Take out, I put all this stuff in bags, heavy duty black contractor bags. I got all my pillows and blankets and everything out there, and a tote that's bagged up like this. But take this out, throw this guy right down, it fits perfect in there. Like I said, just watch for all this frost back into there. So what I did is take these and go through and fold them up. I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing it, but fold it up and throw them back into there and all the way around it, and that'll help seal some of that cold off of there. And then I bring this all the way to the front and sleep against this edge here. Throw my pillows down there. I can get my sleeping bag and everything. Take this out, show you outside real quick how I was doing that. So I have this tote here that I throw on top of my sled while I'm going. This has, like I said, my trash bag into there. Keep it in the black bag so it doesn't get all wet. Pull this guy out. And I'll throw this down. And then take my sleeping bag out and roll that, and then you have an extra blanket. Get nice and warm in here, get my PJs on, my slippers on, and go to bed. My tote there, I'll put the lid back on it, and then I'll set it. It's kind of hard for you to see. I'll set it right in between my little hitch there so it doesn't blow away or anything. I'll bring my drill in. My caddy will come in and my rod locker will come in. Bring the, oh, and the seat as well. I'll move this stuff around. I'll pick up these, put my rod locker down, and I'll set that stuff back on it. And then I take my transducer, put it in the back hole. That's underneath there, underneath this one. And then I'll lay my seat right along in here, and then I'll leave this one open because I always have a dead stick down. This is my dead stick with a minnow. That sits down all night long with my bait feeder reel. Have that turned on, and I'll hear this flag when I get this all set up. And I bend this over. I can hear that boing flip up, and then I'll hear that tick tick tick, and that's enough to wake me up and catch a fish. So I'll throw this here and have one tip up down, one dead stick with a live minnow, and fish the whole night. Pretty nice and quiet out here. Like I said, I'm Saginaw Bay, and there's not one. I hear somebody down driving something, but there's no one around me. No one really sleeps out here at night, but I like camping. I believe that's everything I have in here. Oh, like always with all my other stuff, and anyone that's camping I have 3 of them. Have one that turns on. I actually just today I had to open up all my doors. You test this, press this on, and it'll test. You want it to say pass. Okay, there you go, pass. 72, that's how much ppms, parts per million, that I had in here today. 70 is actually where it turns to hazardous. That's when you can start getting dysfunction or disoriented, headaches and everything. And when you get to 150 to 200, that's deadly levels. So I have that. It's not a bad thing, not just for ice camping. Just have this during the day. Hit that test button throughout the day. It just takes a couple seconds. It reads it. If you see numbers on there, just go outside for 5 minutes or so. I open up all the doors and everything in here and completely air it out. But hopefully you guys like my setups, get some ideas to do your setup. This style so far has been awesome. I'm definitely liking it. A couple things I'll tweak, but other than that, love it. Alrighty guys, well that's my setup. Hopefully you like it, get some ideas from it, do something similar, or add some ideas and tweak it to your own liking. This is pretty dialed in so far. I'm going to do a few things for next time a little bit different, but other than that, I'm loving this setup. So if you liked it, hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. I'd appreciate it. And good luck out there camping. See you next time.